7 uncommon ways to save money in 2020. As of 2020, Warren Buffett is worth $73 billion and he ranks number 4 on the Forbes richest people in the world. But did you know that when he was 50 years old, he wasn't even a billionaire? He made his first million when he was 30 years old, and only at the age of the 56 he crossed the $1 billion mark. How did he ended up on the top of the wealthiest people in the world? The answer is simple. He made most of his income after turning 60. So if you are the 20 to 30 years old adult who thinks it's too late for him to be financially independent, then stick around because in this video we will explore the strategy that Warren Buffett used to crush the Forbes billion list. How is that related to the saving money? And you can apply that too. Learn to delay gratifications. In one of the previous videos, we discussed how the cycle of the poverty keeps poor people poor. When you grow up in the low-income family, daily life holds fewer guarantees. 3 might be good for food today and might not be tomorrow. If there is an ice cream in the fridge today, you better eat it now because you never know when your parents will get you another ice cream. And even if they promise you to get more next week, you can't trust them since they have broken such promises before due to the financial necessities. So you grow up preferring immediate small rewards instead of the waiting for the bigger rewards. When it's a payday, instead of the putting aside 20 or 30 of your income into your saving accounts, you spend it on new clothes, restaurants, or to start going out with your friends more often. You will feel good in the short run, but you will never save enough to achieve that. Financial freedom and will be working 9 to 5 till the end of your life. The first step to saving money is to learn to delay gratifications, and that's what made Warren Buffett so rich. Even though he crossed the $1 million marks when he was 30, he didn't buy a brand new car, start going to expensive vacations, but keep living fortunately while investing everything else. And with the power of the compounding, his net worth skyrocketed over time. That doesn't mean you shouldn't live frugally for the rest of your life, but if you want to save enough money to achieve financial freedoms, maybe you should be saving 20% of your income so that you build up the big enough investments portfolio that will provide you with enough passive income. Second, live to a different city. When you're a teenager, you even an adult, city life is all that you wish. You meet different people, visit different places, and everything is moving fast. While you're still young, you should be enjoying your life, right? The problem with that is the life in the downtown because so expensive that you are barely make ends meet, even if you are earning twice the amount. Rent alone will probably eat up the half of your paychecks, if not more. So one of the best ways to cut your expenses and save a ton of the money is to move to the countryside or more to a different city that is more affordable for some. It's impossible since you have to be in the office every day, but right now we are presented by the fantastic opportunity. If you can do your job online, your boss will be more happy to let you do that. Of course, you might be a waiter or salesman, and you might not be able to do that. But as the world is trying to immediately digitalize, now is your opportunity to do something online. Just imagine cutting your expenses by half and investing that amount. Third, set your savings goals clearly. Preventing yourself from the pleasures you can afford is not easy, especially if your savings are already in the dozens or the thousands of the dollars, if not hundreds. The problem with the most people is that they don't have the clear visions of the why do they want to save money. Do you want to become a millionaire? Do you want to be financially independent? Do you want to save enough for your retirement? Now, not everyone wants to live the super frugally their entire lives just to be at the top of the Forbes lists when they are 90. Let's say you want to retire on an island in the Southeast Asia, and you can do that with as little as $12,000 of the passive incomes annually. So before you immediately implement any of the things we are discussing in this video, spend a few hours thinking about what exactly you want to save for, and based on that goal decides how much you need to save, and within that time frame and the implement the tips we are discussing. First, control your cash flow. It's weird how some people want to save money but don't have any clue about their spending habits. There's how most people budget. This is how much I make a month. One third or the half of it does to my landlord rent, and the rest I will spend it gradually over time. But then at the end one the months you are going to wonder, how on earth did I spend my entire paycheck? There are many ways you can save the ton of the money by the saving a clear understanding of the where exactly your money is going to. You don't have to dime nickel with it, but at least have the general understanding. Set the specific budget for the goods, transport, and other things, and revisit it at the end of the month. On Earth, on each week if you are following the plans, and if you are not, then you have to cut your spendings. Maybe car is not an asset. A car is the most inefficient method of the transport because it spends 96% of the time picking down nothing. Even if you move around a lot, you will use your car maybe 10 to 20% at best. But regardless of how often you drive, you still have to pay insurance every now and then. You have to change something, maybe the tires because it's summer. There are just so many expenses that comes with the cars that you don't think of when you get one, such as paying for the parking. And at the first glance it seems like having the car it cost efficient, but when you do the math it's not. And if you own a car you probably agree with me, and it's not only about the money, the time that it consumes to take care of another healthcare. Of course, you are within the countryside where you have kids that you have to drive to school. In that case, maybe owning a car is the right options, but in most cases, it's a hole in your wallet. 6. Wait another day to make the major purchase. Whenever we want to buy something expensive, we start convincing ourselves by telling ourselves different reasons why this is a wise purchase. Your car is perfectly fine, but it's not up to date. You can lease the new BMW, but you don't have to. So you start telling yourself how this new BMW will make your life better. Your friends are going to admire you, you will be drawn more attention, and so on. But then when you buy that BMW, you get that dopamine spike and realize that you didn't have to. To avoid that dopamine trap, I have figured out a way before buying expensive. Just wait another day or two, but be in the smartphone, a car, or the computer. If after the few days you still think it's the necessary purchase, maybe you should get it. 7. Cook at home. Since the beginning of the pandemic, I stopped eating outside as I used to often, and tried to cook at home. And believe me, I have saved a fortune. You can cook incredibly delicious meals at home for the fractions of the cost. Cooking at some isn't always fun, but the moment you learn it and practice for a while, it gets super easy where you can prepare delicious meals faster than it can be delivered to you. Probably one of the best benefits of this pandemic is that I learned that I could save a fortune by cooking at home. Outro, its conclusion, I want to keep in mind that money is the resource that should help up to improve the quality of ourselves. There is no point to having a ton of the money in your bank account when you are miserable. Remember, there is only so much you can save. At some point, you can't go further since you have to pay the rent and put the food on the table. So the strategy would be is to focus on more to maximize your income, since there are no limits to how you can earn. And now it's your turn to tell me your favorite way of the saving money. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you give this video the thumbs up and leave the comment, because that will help us channel. And of course hit the subscribe button if you are the new around here. Thanks for watching, and until next time.